Good evening. My name is Martin Bridges, and I work for the Pillsbury law firm. We've been counsel to Memcomputing since its founding in 2016. I've been active in the startup scene in San Diego for about 20 years, and I've never been involved with or been around a company quite like Memcomputing. My good friend and former startup colleague, John Bean, the CEO of Memcomputing, connected with two brilliant physicists at UCSD. Those physicists were frustrated that people did not believe in the technology that they had developed. But John did, and in a nutshell, that's how it all started. You take a wickedly successful and hard-charging serial entrepreneur who will not take no for an answer, and who happens to have a computer science and mathematics background, match him with frustrated academics who have created something that will, and I mean will, change the world. Sprinkle a little money, a little bit of pixie dust, and you're off to the races. Memcomputing will be the future of computers in all shapes and sizes. Desktop PCs, mobile phones, supercomputers. Memcomputing takes those computers and dramatically increases the speed in which they do calculations. In the not too distant future, people will talk about great San Diego companies, and this company will be mentioned in the same breath as Qualcomm. And in the same vein that we really want to use their technology, not many of us will be able to explain exactly what it is that Qualcomm or Memcomputing actually does. I'm not going to try and explain the science behind the technology. I'll leave that to John. But I'll leave you with one parting observation. I've been in many a meeting over the last 2 years in discussions around the Memcomputing technology. And after skeptics look under the hood, they walk away from that meeting look like they've just seen a ghost. So with that, I introduce my good friend, CEO and founder of Memcomputing, John Bean.
Thank you, Martin. Yeah, he and I formed a company together in 2003 that's still going strong. It's being led by other people, which may be the reason. But anyways, I'm here to talk to you today about Memcomputing. I'm the CEO and founder. And I want to tell you that, did you know your cell phone has more power in it today than a supercomputer from 20 years ago? However, companies still have problems that even with today's advances in supercomputers take hours, days, and weeks to solve. See, the problem is performance improvements in computers has been evolutionary, and it needs to be revolutionary. And that's where Memcomputing comes in. Our optimization accelerators deal with these problems that are taking companies these times, and we can solve them in minutes, seconds, even fractions of a second. Our technology has been evaluated by the San Diego Supercomputer Center, where they compared us to a well-known benchmark where best-in-class solutions take years to solve the problem. We solved it in under 2 hours. In another situation, UCSD compared our technology to a quantum supercomputer. In that case, our technology was as fast as a quantum computer, but our results were even more accurate. And the thing is, that quantum computer cost $15 million, and we ran our software on a $17,000 PC. You see, computers came along. The CPU was designed to do general computing, but then it couldn't do floating point arithmetic well. So the floating point accelerator was developed. And then the graphics processing has been giving us trouble for the last decade or so, and so the GPU was developed. However, there's still a class of problems called optimization problems that have not had an acceleration technique until today. And the thing is with these problems, they affect virtually every industry. And each industry has a myriad of these problems that they deal with on a daily basis. So let me tell you about some big problems that we're working on today. Consider package delivery. Do you know it takes UPS and FedEx more than 24 hours if they wanted to calculate the most optimum route for their vehicles? They can't, so they do an approximation. Studies have shown that if they could save 1 mile per vehicle per day, they'd save $30 million a year. With Memcomputing, we can save them 8 to 10 miles a day easily and save them hundreds of millions of dollars. We're also working with a genomics company where it takes 2 days to find a cancer marker. With Memcomputing, we're bringing that down under 20 minutes. And in another situation, you can see how diverse this is, we're working with a manufacturer of the industrial robots that are used on automobile assembly lines. Right now, it is currently impossible for them to configure these robots automatically. They have to do it by hand. It takes them months. Our technology is going to allow them to do it in less than 4 hours. So the science behind here is very deep. Let me start explaining it to you. See, first you take a derivative of, okay, sorry, we don't have time for that now. However, trust me on this. As Martin said, it was invented by 2 PhD physicists out of UCSD, Fabio Traversa and Max DeVentra. They joined me as co-founders in this team. And my background is, I'm a serial entrepreneur from San Diego. I've been involved with such startup success stories as the Pixis Corporation and EcoATM. My companies have returned more than $1.5 billion to investors. But I'm not here asking you for money. That'll come later. Right now, I need introductions. There's still plenty of big problems out there that I want to get involved with that we can show what Memcomputing can do. So if any of you happen to know Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos, I'd love an introduction. Thank you for your time. I'm John Bean. This is Memcomputing. Join the revolution.